In this video, you'll learn 5 tactics to win an argument easily. There may be a time when you need to defend a point whenever you believe it necessary. Someone may attack it and even go so as far to attack your character to get the upper hand.
You know, I'm not inclined to continue an interview with a person as badly motivated as you.
Yes, you can run into people like that, and the first thing you want to do is embarrass them.
I'm just trying to work that out.
But without having to bust out the big guns. It would be best if you learned these tactics to win an argument, even if the opponent claims they outright beaten you. Before we begin, be sure to like the video if you enjoyed this, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And finally, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a new video we post. Let's begin with the following tactics of winning an argument quickly. Number 1, stay cool. It's easy for us to lose our temper whenever we're in an argument. Reasoning and listening to the other person will be accessible when you can stay calm in an argument. Meanwhile, you can think of a rebuttal or write it down while listening to the other person's opposing point. When the person on the other side is acting hostile or angry, they may be doing something right. In reality, they're making themselves look bad. Keeping your cool will make you look level-headed and unfazed by the other person trying to intimidate you with their weaponized emotions. Stay put. Don't use your emotions as weapons. It will come back to bite you sooner rather than later. And be sure to pay attention to them at all times.
And I won more premierships alone than the other 19 managers together.
Number 2, have the evidence to back up your argument. Having a good argument is having any evidence that supports it. So make sure you have the data before you can present your point. This includes statistics, quotes from people who share your beliefs, and other relevant information.
It's not, it's based on facts. I can show you
The evidence you present will often be irrefutable, even if your opponent tries so hard to challenge it. It's a good idea to challenge other people's opinion and ask if they have evidence of their own.
Can you name one example?
I honestly don't need. Honestly, I
You
don't.
can't name a single example.
Think about it. An argument should be two-sided, not one-sided. You and the other person have 2 different opposing views. It's why arguments exist in the first place. So if you have the evidence that solidifies support for your claim, be sure to put it to good use when the opportunity arises. Number 3, know your opponent. Planning ahead of your opponent's time is essential in scheduled debates and arguments. To paraphrase Sun Tzu's Art of War, it's vital to know your enemy. Sometimes this isn't always the case when an argument happens suddenly. You may be at a party and you and someone you don't know or even met before start arguing.
I don't even know who you are.
So you have little, if not no time to prepare. Thus you and the other person are just winging it. Nevertheless, as the argument progresses, you probably gather enough information about that person. If your opponent seems to always be on the attack, whether it's your character or values, you can be prepared to counterattack when necessary. Rather than pile on the personal attacks, you can take the high road and stay calm. Or, if you want to get creative, try and provoke the person to get emotional. Be subtle rather than make it look obvious, or you'll be making yourself look like a complete jerk.
I don't know what the you're talking about.
Number 4, be ready to agree when necessary. When 2 people argue, one may make a solid point that both will agree on, and this will make both of you look reasonable. It's okay to do this when there is a solid point. Still, don't be too agreeable, as it may water down your original argument.
Well, we agree with the marriage thing.
Right, on a governmental level.
Agree, but outweigh it with something based on your opinions and beliefs. Every idea should not be disagreeable 100% of the time. And number 5, know the true meaning of winning. While the video teaches you how to easily win an argument, knowing the true meaning is essential. Winning an argument isn't always about destroying the other person and making them look like an absolute idiot. No, it's about presenting the best opinion and why it's better than the other, complete with the complementary evidence and data. You and the other person may be able to accommodate each other's main points, and sometimes compromises can be possible. And no, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. In business, it's important for either side to be happy with the outcome. Frame the argument away from a winner takes all and more of an I'm happy if you're happy approach. That way, both of you can easily win the argument rather than one of you curb stomping the other.
Hold on, don't interrupt me.
If at any point there have been some attacks like name calling, emotional outbursts, and the like, it may be acceptable to hold yourself accountable and offer an apology. While you should be unapologetic for your beliefs, it is a good idea to apologize if you did something that may damage your standing with the other person. But here should be your takeaway. Winning an argument easily can be done if you follow these 5 tactics. You can even get it done with little to no effort. If the other person decides to get emotional, you can just win by being level-headed. If they pile on with personal attacks or unethical behaviors, the best thing to do is to walk away. That's a winning move rather than wasting time with someone who can't be reasonable in their arguments.
Cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
With that said, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.